years credit that young boy in Johar, Middle Shabelle. Now, he's a normal person. After treated, after 8 months, yes. Yeah, modern to see.
Woohoo! It's Sunday. Let's go. Integration TV, Shehan Sheko. Welcome, guys. Oh, I cannot believe how excited I get every time I connect with my viewers around the world who are Somali and who want success. Because last week, meeting that gentleman, the purse designer, totally confirmed that you guys want more success stories and more ways to contribute back to our country. So I want to thank you and thank you for subscribing. Please do it now. Hit that button, subscribe, connect with positive, good news finally to rebuild goodness in our lives. Earlier, the clip that you saw was of Dr. Habib. He is just a fascinating man who lives in Somalia, works in Somalia to help the forgotten mental patients that are struggling in our country. And we will meet him because Integration TV is now in Somalia. We've tracked him down and he's going to share with us his life story and why he's passionate about being bigger than himself in this world. I get calls and sometimes I get letters and emails, Facebook posts from viewers around the world who often ask me, what this made you decide to commit your life to do this type of work. And I'm always used to interviewing other people and not really sharing personally my own personal life sometimes. And I think what I realize is that as a person who is made a commitment to live outside of herself and actually live a life of contribution, that I need to start sharing. I need to start telling people, sometimes hearing somebody else's struggles can motivate somebody else to do more in life. So I want to share with you a little journey, how I started this I call it, but this baby called Integration Television. I get a little heartwarmed, Like many of you out there who are probably working professionals scattered around the world, many of us don't necessarily live around a large Somali community. But about 3 years ago, I went through a divorce with 2 young children. My youngest child was 3 months old. And fortunately, I don't say unfortunately because I think it's a blessing, I was able to move back home near my family and near a large Somali community in Toronto, Canada. And that's when I saw a lot of things that I wasn't exposed to before, having spent majority of my adult years outside of the community and working in a different part of the world. So what did I see when I came back into Toronto? It breaks my heart to even talk about this sometimes. I saw a lot of my friends that I went to high school with not demoralized, not happy in their lives, just accepting that life is that's the way it is. I don't have to do anything. I basically do a 9-to-5 job. This is, I live on welfare. This is my life. I basically have 5 kids now. I have no dreams. I have no hopes. I saw a lot of mothers that, their sons are obviously got into some trouble with the law. They don't have emotional support. They don't have anybody helping them at home. I saw a lot of men who felt hopeless and couldn't give and take care of their families, And this made me kind of go back to myself and say, what is this that I'm this time in my life I'm being exposed to? Why is it that I'm moving back home and for the first time in my life I'm seeing the struggles of my community? So I did some soul searching and I said, what are you passionate about? I went back to school, started a new life all over again. When you go through a divorce, obviously there's a lot of challenges. You don't know sometimes if your head is up or if your head's down. You feel demoralized yourself because, you have kids you have to answer to. You basically become one person. When I went back to school, it was something amazing happened. It clicked inside me finally that gosh, I don't have to become my story. I don't have to be another divorced mom who's going to go into poverty and not succeed in life. And I said, no way, I am going to be bigger than my story. And that's what I want to share with you guys today. You can be bigger than the stories that have been defined for us around the world as Somali people. We can achieve goodness and greatness inside of us. I remember waking up 4 a.m. every day, getting the kids prepared, getting them off to school so I can go to school. I remember having to pick them up, cook dinner, do all these things. But you know what? Those things are not anything exceptional. Women around the world do these things every day. But you know what's exceptional is making a commitment to our dreams so that we can live bigger lives than ourselves. So Integration TV to many of you might be just this YouTube channel, but it's actually my passion and my dream. If one single person came to this channel and millions did not, I would still do it. If no one came, I would still do it because it gives me contribution from my own life and my society. Right now, when you go on Google, when you Google Somali TV, guess what comes up? Positive stories about Somali people, educated, professionals, people living quality lives that we never had online before. So if I, as a person, can make that contribution that lives on, even when I die, this is what I live for. So I want to thank you for joining me on the journey. A lot of times I don't get to share my story, and I guess we become doers as women, that we don't share the struggles that we've been through. But I think a lot of young people can benefit from my struggles and what I've seen. So today, I've made that commitment in my life to be a person of contribution. And that's what we'll continue to do on Integration TV, whether we're talking about Shah or Sheko, or whether we're talking about our television show, which I'm so excited to report that we've been picked up by a national network in Canada, and details are coming soon. We'll be airing nationally across Canada now. Can you imagine a simple dream to make life better for myself turn into a bigger dream for everyone out there? So that's my little Shah and talk today, because I don't get a chance to really step out of my broadcaster role and I guess be myself. So I want to thank you for subscribing and continuing the dream to put out positivity about Somali people around the world, because we deserve goodness. We have had enough tragedies and problems inside Somalia, outside Somalia. It's time to start working on ourselves. So thank you. And now let's get to the real show, guys. Woo! That was a little emotional for me. I just get a little emotional sometimes. I hope you don't mind, because I feel like being genuine and honest is the best thing that we can do in life, because we share more of ourselves. And now let's go to Face Off. We have on the line with us Ayan Yusuf, who's from Ottawa. Let's go, Ayan. What do you want to tell us? How are you?
Thanks for having me, Hoiiday.
So Ayan, what do you want to share with us on Face Off today?
I myself am somebody who suffers from a mental illness. I have been diagnosed in 2011 with something called schizophrenia and depression. Prior to that, I was suffering for 5 years, and I didn't tell anybody about it due to stigma into society and people finding out about you and people thinking you're crazy. So that's what kind of inspired me. It was just that I also went back home and I saw the conditions of the people, and I saw people who were, rocks were thrown at, or people were calling them crazy. And it hit home, because I was like, that if I didn't come to Canada at a very young age with my family, that would have been me. And I would have been those people that they're throwing things on, because you don't control the illness that you have. And if I was back home, I would have been stoned or thrown things at, or called a crazy person. So that's some of the things that inspired me, is just seeing people the way they were treated once I went back home in Somalia.
Why does Dr. Habib inspire you?
I like Dr. Habib's passion and his dedication that he has for the work that he does. I love how he's really selfless, because he just dedicates day in and day out to these people. And like, what inspired me the most at the beginning was how he started the foundation of the Dr. Habib Foundation, and it really got to me, because I was like, he just saw young people who were outside and they were just naked and they were just walking around roaming, and people were throwing things at them, So that's what has inspired him to do what he does. And for me, because of the background that I come from and how I suffer from mental illness, that's what got me really intrigued and in like that, the reason why I wanted to continue working with him and getting in contact with him.
That is so wonderful. What are you doing to help, Ayan?
Once I found out about Dr. Habib and I got in contact with Dr. Habib, I found out that there's going to be a psychiatric hospital that's going to be built by Dahabshil, but we were told that they have to get their own land. So what I'm doing about this is we're fundraising to collect money for the land, and the land costs us $100,000. So we have started a GoFundMe account. We have a Facebook page, and it's to educate people about what's going on back home and to inspire people to donate, to give back, to volunteer, to do anything that they can to get involved in this initiative. So that's what we're doing about it. We're fundraising for land.
And where are all the proceeds going?
100% of the proceeds are going to go to the Dr. Habib hospital that's going to be built in Mogadishu, Somalia.
Woo! I love surprises, viewers, because surprises always warm our hearts. So Ayan, if you could see Dr. Habib right now, what would you want to tell him?
I would love to say, first of all, I did see the video that came out, and I would love to say thank you very much for doing the work that is much needed in our country, that a lot of people have neglected and that aren't really taking part in, because if you help the people that are mentally ill, tomorrow they become somebody, It's not just about medicating them, but it's also about educating them. It's about getting rid of stigma and all the other stuff, great things that you're working on, Dr. Habib. So, I would like to thank you for the work that you're doing, because a lot of us haven't taken the initiative to do that. So I really I'm inspired by you, and I love the job that you do.
Guess what? We've got Dr. Habib, Ayan, and he's live with us from Integration TV in Somalia. So we're going to see Dr. Habib in his clinic as we talk to him and get to know him and why he's passionate about this, because it's time people who are passionate about service get recognized and get the support they need. So let's go right now. Let's run Dr. Habib in Somalia.
حبيب ماركان أركو حبيب ماركان أركو إديهايو حنون ماركان أركو حبيب إديهايو انت كالي حبشة حالي كحيلاوي انت كالي حبشة.
Dr. Habib, thank you so much for joining us all the way from Mogadishu, one of my favorite cities in the world with the most beautiful waters, and I say the sky is just gorgeous there. So Dr. Habib, how are you? Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
What's the reason you started these mental hospitals in Somalia?
The reason opening this hospital 24 November 2005. 11 regions of South Central Somalia that time, no single mental health facility. No mental health facility, 11 regions. Second, increasing the number of mental ill people suffer. Increasing the number of mental ill people in the community. That reason why I opened the first mental health facility in South Central Somalia.
Tell us how many facilities you have open now.
I am working at least 9 years, and I create 6 mental health facilities in Somalia, 3 in Mogadishu, and 3 in other regions like Kedo, Lower Shabelle, Hiran.
How many people have you treated so far?
We treated more than 20,000 of mental ill people. Now, Habib Mental Hospital is admitted as inpatient 282 patients this morning.
You know, many of us were touched after seeing your interview on AJ Plus around the world, and how you told us that many organizations don't give you medicine for these mentally ill patients. Who is giving you aid now? I know the World Health Organization does not give you any aid to help these patients now. Tell us, who's helping you? Are there any notable donors that contribute to you right now?
I need to appreciate an Indian man, Mr. Siraji, supported Habib Mental Hospital every year, donate $7,000. Mr. Siraji, an Indian man.
Why aren't you receiving aid from the government of Somalia?
Why? The Somali president and prime minister and parliamentary and the other business to feel the feel of Indian man. He cannot know Mr. Habib and donate in within 3 years $21,000. That Indian man said, I see Mr. Habib one time my TV. Ask, hold on, Malay, an integration TV, please ask the leaders of Somali government how many times to see Mr. Habib and the mental ill patient and the healthy facility to watch his TV. I mind very sorry. I am alone. I am walking 9 years.
I feel you, Dr. Habib. There's many young people like Ayan who want to contribute and help you. I want to thank you so much for sharing your pain, but also to know that there's joy around the corner for you, because I believe you're a good person who's doing good work that deserves the recognition, and for us in the diaspora to really step up our game and to help you build that hospital and to continue your legacy, because you've left a legacy in my heart right now. Thank you, Dr. Habib.
I appreciate Integration TV. Thank you very much.
Ayan, what advice do you want to share with others who suffer from mental illness?
Yes, I would like to say that, it's already hard enough for those of you guys who are dealing with things. It's already hard enough that you're dealing with an illness, but to deal with society and to deal with the cultural aspect of being ill is something very difficult. And I would say that, with my journey, it took me a while to get to where I am today. But alhamdulillah, after a very long time, I've survived so many different obstacles. That's my advice to you is don't worry. You're not alone. You're not suffering alone. And you're going to be able to find other people like yourself who have gone through what you're going through and who have done an excellent job and have succeeded. So don't give up yet. Just keep going. And look for resources in your community, look for support groups, look for things like that could help you.
Thanks for joining us, Ayan. Don't forget ForgottenMinds.com, Facebook, and GoFundMe. All of the information we'll have for you.
No problem. Thank you very much, Hodan.
Thanks for joining us today. Don't forget, subscribe and connect with us. We love to connect with great Somalis who want to do wonderful things in their lives and who want to be bigger than the stories that we've been defined as, or we have defined for ourselves. Next week is Mother's Day, Hoiiday. We're gonna meet a fascinating woman who loves to cook, not just food, Somali food, and she's passionate and she loves it and she does it from her home. This woman who had no experience in media just learned how to edit, shoot, and do everything fabulous. So I can't wait to meet her and learn her story and how she wants to contribute to Somali mothers in the diaspora to learn to cook healthy foods, to feed their kids amazing, nutritious foods so that we can grow our brains also. Don't forget May 30th and 31st, I'll be hosting the Halal Food Fest in Toronto. Make sure you bring your kids and we'll enjoy a day of great food fun. And I'll be hosting a cake contest, so I'll get to taste another cake, not the one I had at my wedding though, but different flavor this time, okay guys? And finally, do you remember that great conference we did in Ottawa? It's coming to Toronto. Awakening Conference. We're going to be making a big announcement next week. It's going to be in Toronto, May 30th, the evening. And I can't wait to share a night of inspiration with people in Toronto, because we're going to go city to city and wake Somalis up, because we need to wake up. Finally, this is my pride and joy. So also, we want to contribute back to our country as Integration TV. And for the first time, I want to introduce you that we have our cup, our beautiful cup. You know, we get a lot of comments on our YouTube channel about Qabila, tribalism, all that stuff. Guys, I hate Qabialat, okay? I like tea. So this cup is going to be for sale on our website soon, and part of the proceeds will be going to contribute to people like Dr. Habib, who are doing great work in Somalia also, and many others that we'll meet around the way, around the world, who want to go back home, do good work. So this cup, I like tea, I hate Qabialat, Integration TV, inspiring and connecting Somalis. We'll have this up in our website. We'll be taking pre-orders the next couple of weeks, and we look forward to doing more great things in the community. Remember, we got this, okay? No more dream killers. Let's have some great Shah with Ano, with Hel, you name it. Take care. We'll see you next time. Love you guys.